I want to go over the three things we've posted so far this week, with the third one being really kind of a big new idea that we're trying. So I'm as we have been the past couple of weeks, I'm on Schmidt Resources. I went to any of our four regions and then clicked on Working Virtual. It's right there in the front row. First of all, if you guys didn't check it out last week, we had a new episode of the Schmidt Happens podcast with one of our agents, Ted Jackson from Paradise. We spoke over Skype and had a really, really cool conversation about how he's reaching out to his clients, not even for business purposes necessarily, but just to kind of be human and reach out and see how they're doing. It was a really, really powerful episode, so I'd recommend checking that out. It's on Spotify and iTunes, and I've added it to a couple other platforms like Stitcher and another one that I'm blanking on. But if you can't find it where you normally listen to those things, let me know and we can add it through our program. So Monday's email that went out was called "Being Mindful on Social Media," and this is one I try not to get too soapboxy, but this is one that I personally find really, really important because this is something where being as involved in social media as I am from a work standpoint, I find it very important to try to be the positive side of social media, because we all know, everybody on this call has seen someone be nasty online, posted something, commented on something, and it can be disheartening sometimes. And I think that's where we get this mindset that social media is purely toxic. But I do really believe that there can be a lot of positive change and positive things, I guess, happening online. And I think it's important for us to be part of that and not part of the noise, not part of the problem. So we went over just a few tips in order to equip our agents and equip our family with what we should be putting online. Especially in terms of COVID, sharing from valid sources. I was talking with my buddy last night, and I think one of the craziest things about this is how many official sources of information there are, from the CDC, from our state governments, from WHO, all these like actual health organizations and official sources that we can take stuff right from. We don't have to go to a news source to give us their watered down version of it. We can go right to the source. So if we are sharing stuff, let's make sure that it's legitimate. Let's fact check. I mean, just do a quick Google search and make sure what you're about to share is legitimate. Use the graphics on Schmidt Resources. I know we push these every week because there are new ones added every week, but sometimes you might struggle with, what should I be putting out there? What sort of messaging? I don't know what to say. That's where we come in. That's why we have some of these graphics. Our foundation is solid. We've had your back. All of these things I think are powerful to have here because it just helps equip us with the message that we want to be sharing. Make sure, and this is what I was just saying a second ago, if a good thing has happened, share good news. Put that stuff on social media, whether it is personal or business. Share the good things that are happening, because we could all use a little lift of that. Strike the right tone. I think this is a very important one right now, whether it's communicating one-on-one with your clients or kind of massive through social media. It might not be a great time to share all of our number ones, but think about how you can communicate value personally and professionally to your clients, to your sphere, and to especially your communities. And then a couple of last ones. It's okay to say nothing. I think that's a big thing. I in terms of social media, if you don't know what to post, it might be okay to just stay out of it and don't. We've had a line here that says you're not adding to the clutter. You're being silently respectful. So if you're not sure what to say, maybe just take a step back. And I think that's a good thing to do for your mental health, is just to take a step back from all of it for a couple hours and go for a walk if it's not 70 miles an hour gusts outside. And then of course the last one, be kind. Just be kind to each other. I shared a quick line from a poem I liked, and I was able to sneak that in. But of each other, we should be kind while there is still time. So I'll get off my little cheesy high horse there, or soapbox, whatever you want to call it. A couple other pieces this week. So getting comfortable on video, and I'm hoping to do another video-based article today. I have to speak with Tracy about it. But if we look at this one, getting comfortable on video. Carrie's telling me it's snowing in Traverse City, so I guess we should count our blessings. I did check the forecast this morning, and it doesn't look like it's going to be too warm anytime soon, like we had this past weekend. But so this is a big thing, with video being as big as it is, especially right now. I wish I had a stat, and I keep seeing the articles and forgetting to save them, but screen time is up so much right now, and I feel like that might go without saying. We might go, well, no, duh. Well, think about that from a marketing standpoint. Screen time is up right now, which means anything we do post is going to get generally more views than or more engagement than it might have 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So doing video is so important right now, but getting comfortable can be a tricky thing for some people. So we do have 4 or 5 bullet points here. I just want to focus on two of them. The first one and the last one. The first one, have someone behind the camera. This to me is one of the easiest ways to get comfortable with shooting. With shooting a video, is if you have somebody on the other side, a spouse, a kid, a roommate, somebody who can be behind the camera that you can talk to, as opposed to looking down the barrel of the lens. It's really, it makes it more conversational, which is what you want your audience to see. But it also just makes it easier for you because you're talking to a person. And then the last one, real quick, you're your own worst critic, so get over it. We all know what our insecurities are. We all know what, I always share the story of an agent who shot a video and asked me if I could do some quick editing to it for her. So I was looking at it real quick, doing some editing, and then 20 minutes worth of work, I sent it back to her, and she goes, "Oh, I hate the way my voice cracks right there." And I said, "I watched that for 20 minutes. I never once noticed your voice crack. That is something that you taking a step back, it's probably something that she's insecure about because she notices her voice crack a lot. No one else is going to notice that." I had one of our agents on Launchpad yesterday, Rob Way, our productivity director in Michigan, say he once did a video where he shot it and then realized like his pants were creased and was like really self-conscious about it, and then posted it, and literally, were you on for that part? Literally nobody said anything about it. Even his husband was like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, we notice those things, others don't. But people will use that as an excuse to not do video. They will say, well, I don't like the way I do this, or I'm not confident in it, so they won't do it. That's not an excuse, especially in today's day and age, where 4 out of 5 minutes spent online are spent watching video. So do your first video. Maybe you don't post that first one, but you do it to get the hang of it, and then post it. And then, we have our other articles on this page about uploading it, about editing. So check these articles out. And then the last one we're going to talk about today, the kind of new big idea, is a virtual open house event. So this is brand new. We literally started brainstorming the idea on Tuesday and rolled it out yesterday. And we are going to see how this goes week to week. But the idea here is to almost create, and we have a lot of details here, almost create a TV show of sorts for our open houses across each region, where every Saturday at 1, or Saturday at 12, again, we're playing with a lot of the stuff. Saturday at 1, we're starting next weekend, we will have a list of videos on our YouTube channel where a client, a buyer, could click on one of the videos. They could click Ohio area open houses and then sit back, and it's a 20 to 30 minute episode of all of the videos that were submitted for that region. So it's kind of, like I said, we're treating it a little bit like a TV show in the sense that it's an episode, it's long form, so that a client can click on it, sit back, and not have to do anything else. They don't have to click from listing to listing or see what open houses or listings do have videos and which ones don't. So, like I said, it's something new. We're excited to try it. We're excited to see how it goes. All an agent has to do, there's a lot of stuff here about what we're trying to do, explaining the process. All an agent has to do is click on this here Google form link. And we shared this on Facebook. It's on in the Facebook groups. It is in Schmidt Resources, and it went out in email. All you gotta do is fill out this form, name, phone number, region. This will be the way that we divide up the videos themselves, the address, the direct link to the listing. So no MLS links, and one person yesterday just put Facebook as the link. That does not count. We need a link to the listing. And then the big one is the video file. We need an actual video file for that listing because I am editing all of these together into one big video. So I am going to need, video files for this. But all you have to do, fill this out, attach your video file, submit it. That's it. That's all you have to do as an agent, or all you have to do as an office. Submit your listing through this form. I get a list of all, I have a Google sheet, of course, of all the everything coming in. I'll edit it together, and boom, this will go out on Saturday, next Saturday. So again, it's a new idea. We're hoping to, again, the goal here is A, obviously to promote video, but B, probably more importantly, to make sure we are giving as much value to our buyers as possible and our sellers as possible. You know, if you are an agent and you have a listing in this, you can tell your seller, hey, I'm putting that video that you did, or I'm putting that video we shot in a virtual open house event that we do every Saturday that is promoted across social media and premieres on YouTube. So it's just more value and more exposure to the listings we currently have. So if you want to submit, go to Schmidt Resources. The link, like I said, is right here. And the cutoff is Thursday at 12. And that's what it's going to be like every week that we do this. The cutoff will be the Thursday before that Saturday, so about 48 hours before. I will literally turn the form off, so you cannot submit anything after that time period. So make sure you get it in before then. But if you guys have any questions on that, let me know. I know it's new. We are working out a lot of the kinks in the system as we go because it is, again, a brand new idea. We're unsure of how effective it's going to be, how many views we're going to get, but we're really excited to try it and get as many views as we can. So make sure, you know, for our RSCs, ASCs, managers that are on here, make sure your agents see this. Get this in front of them. You know, we are trying to limit each episode to about 30 minutes. And again, we don't know how many listings that's going to be because, you know, someone might send a 3-minute video that I might have to edit down. Someone might send a 30-second video. So that could be anywhere from, you know, 30 listings to 10 listings. So, but we are going to limit it around 30 minutes. So, you know, it's kind of a get in while you can sort of a idea. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out about it. Like I said, the key though is that everything on this form is required. All the information, and we do need a video file right now for these, okay? So no questions are rolling in, so I'm ready to wrap it up for the day. As always, you know, your entire marketing group is here to support you, your agents, your offices. Check back at the Schmidt Resources page because, again, we are adding new stuff just about every single day. It's a pain for me to add more because this page loads so slow in the back end because of how many graphics there are. Mac asked a great question. Are we breaking those videos down by state? Mac, we're breaking it down even further than that. So if you check out this region tab here, right now we are actually going to have 6 different videos. We're going to have one for Ohio. We're going to have one for Florida East Coast, which is Paradise, one for Florida West Coast, Michigan from Big Rapids and up, Michigan from Fremont, Newaygo, and south, and then the U.S. Virgin Islands will have their video as well. And we're doing that because we don't want, you know, that's using Michigan as an example. Petoskey is 3.5 to 4 hours away from Holland. I am not going to necessarily, if I'm in Holland or Grand Rapids, want to see open houses in Petoskey. However, they are all going to be on the same YouTube channel. So if I click over there to watch the video for Michigan North, and I go, well, I kind of want to see what's going on in Ohio, or I kind of want to see what's going on in Florida, all of those videos are going to be right there. So we're going to target, when we do our advertising, we're going to target certain regions for their open houses, but everybody is going to be able to watch any area, any open house that they want. So hope that answers that question. We're going to break it down to 6 different videos. So no other questions are coming in. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys so much for your time, for being here. If there's anything your marketing group can do to support you, please reach out and let us know. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week. Have a great Good Friday and Easter weekend if you celebrate that. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.